been walking this coast for 1,000 miles, through the seasons and the heartbreak and the trials. And today when the river ran into the sea, I stopped the way I did and just let it be.
I've been reading this tide like a well-worn page, every chapter a different kind of age.
And today when the light came over the hill, I looked up from the years and the world went still. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face. We've been here before,
We know this place,
where the river finds the sea.
that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free.
We were always moving somewhere,
Now we know it's true.
where the river finds the sea. I found you.
Where the river finds the sea,
After all this time,
after all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine,
I was always moving toward you.
you were always moving too.
Where the river finds the sea, I find you still. I find you still. We have danced on sandbars, we have watched them go. We have held the last light longer than we know. We have walked the long way around the bay and come back to this river anyway. We have written all the letters sent or no. We have stood inside the fog and let it go. We have been the version that the river kept and woken from the dream in which we slept. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face. We've been here before, we know this place, where the river finds the sea. That is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free. We were always moving somewhere,
Now we know it's true.
where the river finds the sea.
I found you.
Where the river finds the sea. After all this time,
After all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine,
I was always moving toward you.
you were always moving too.
Where the river finds the sea, I find you still. Do you remember the first morning? The driftwood and the salt, the silhouette in the amber glow. I didn't know your name. I glanced back just once. I memorized the laughter on your face,
Together,
and the river ran the whole time.
it always runs the whole time.
Patient and unhurried and sure, running towards something true, running toward the sea, running toward you. Where the river finds the sea, this time.
After all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine,
I was always moving toward you.
you were always moving too.
Where the river finds the sea, I find you still.
Where the river finds the sea,
I find you still. Still. Nylon strings and morning salt. The river meets the sea without a fault.
I know your name now.
I know you're sure. And Carmel dawn is not something I'll forget anymore. I've been walking this coast for 1,000 miles, through the seasons and the heartbreak and the trials. And today when the river ran into the sea, I stopped the way I did and just let it be.
I've been reading this tide like a well-worn page, every chapter a different kind of age.
And today when the light came over the hill, I looked up from the years and the world went still. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face. We've been here before, we know this place.
Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free.
We were always moving somewhere, now we know it's true.
Where the river finds the sea,
I found you.
where the river finds the sea. After all this time, after all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine,
I was always moving toward you, you were always moving too.
where the river finds the sea,
I find you still.
I find you still.
We have danced on sandbars, we have watched them go. We have held the last light longer than we know. We have walked the long way around the bay and come back to this river anyway.
We have written all the letters sent or no. We have stood inside the fog and let it go. We have been the version that the river kept, and woken from the dream in which we slept. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face.
We've been here before, we know this place.
Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free.
We were always moving somewhere, now we know it's true.
Where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, after all this time, after all the fog
silhouette in the amber glow.
I didn't know your name.
I glanced back just once,
I memorized the laughter on your face.
and the river ran the whole time,
It always runs the whole time.
patient and unhurried and sure, running towards something true.
Running toward the sea, running toward you. Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be. In the space between the stone and the open water, free.
We were always moving toward each other.
Now we know it's true. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, after all this time, after all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine.
I was always moving toward you.
You were always moving too. Where the river finds the sea,
I find you still.
where the river finds the sea,
I find you still.
Nylon strings and morning salt.
The river meets the sea without a fault.
I know your name now.
I know your shore, and Carmel dawn
Is not something
I'll forget anymore.
Afternoon in cypress trees, gold is spilling through the leaves. Carmel tells me something's near in the lightest time of year. I spread my blanket on the sand, a book half read in one hand. The ocean doing what it does, making me forget what was. 3 wet herons cross the bay, a sailboat tilting far away. And then I see you up the shore, skipping stones like you've done before. Something about the way the light falls on everything here when afternoon is on makes the ordinary look like a sign that this moment is yours and mine. Cypress and gold, cypress and gold. This is the story the California mornings told. Warmth in the wind and salt on my tongue, feeling so alive and impossibly young. Cypress and gold, cypress and gold. You are the color of everything I've been told a California afternoon could hold. Cypress and gold. You notice me, you slow your pace. The sun is on your laughing face. You ask me what I'm reading there, and all I know is I don't care. We talk the way that strangers do, but nothing feels the way it's new. As if the tide had known your name and whispered it before you came. Something about the way the light falls on everything here when afternoon is on makes the ordinary look like a sign that this moment is yours and mine. Cypress and gold, cypress and gold. This is the story the California mornings told. Warmth in the wind and salt on my tongue, feeling so alive and impossibly young. Cypress and gold, cypress and gold. You are the color of everything I've been told a California afternoon could hold. Cypress and gold. Don't let the sunlight leave too soon. Don't let the tide outrun the dune. I wanna stay inside this hour, inside this light, inside this power. The takes its time through stone and brush. Maybe I can take my time like that and let this feeling sink through where I'm at. Cypress and gold, cypress and gold, this is the story. The Californian mornings told. Warmth in the wind and salt on my tongue, feeling so alive and impossibly young. Cypress and gold, cypress and gold, you are the color of everything I've been told. A California afternoon could hold. Cypress and gold, afternoon and cypress trees, gold is spilling through the leaves, and you are here, and I am here, and Carmel holds us warm and clear.
I've been walking this coast for 1,000 miles, passing strangers and shorelines and borrowed smiles. But today when the river ran into the sea, I stopped for the first time and just let it be.
I've been reading the tide like a well-worn page, finding peace in the current at every stage.
But today when the sunlight came over the hill, I looked up from my book and my whole world went still. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face. Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free. I was always moving toward you, you were always moving too. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. You were laughing at something the seabirds did, like you'd carried that laugh since you were a kid. And the afternoon sun made a crown of your hair. I thought, how did someone like this find me here?
You were standing like someone who wasn't in a rush, like the whole world could wait through the salt wind hush.
And I thought to myself as the tide came in, maybe this is the place where I get to begin. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face. Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free. I was always moving toward you, you were always moving too. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. Tell me your name by the water tonight.
Tell me what brings you here into this life.
Tell me the places your river has run.
Tell me the mornings you've spent in the sun.
We've got the whole of the Carmel shore, and everything the rising tide is for, and all the songs the cypress trees have sung. and we are right here, and we are young.
Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be. In the space between the stone and the open water free. I was always moving toward you, you were always moving too. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, I found you. The river and the sea, the river and the sea.
That is where I'll be, wherever you are.
That is where I'll be.
The last light on the dunes is burning low. The Carmel hills are draped in amber glow. The sea is turning copper, rose and gray. I keep on thinking over all you said today. How easy it all was, how soft the air, the way you pushed the wind back from your hair, the way you laughed and didn't seem to care that I was standing there, just standing there. I've watched 100 sunsets from this shore, and never wanted any one of them to stay before. But now the light is going, and I'm not ready to go because of something I don't quite know. Last light on the dunes, last light on the bay. Something in me doesn't wanna let go of today. The sea is holding color longer than it should, like it knows that I would stay here if I could. Last light on the dunes, the day is almost done, but you are still here with me under the setting sun. And I don't need a reason, I don't need a sign. This last light on the dunes is yours and mine. We walked until the tide came rushing in, and neither one of us said where we'd been. The names of all the places didn't matter here, just you beside me and the atmosphere. You pointed out a seal upon a rock and laughed when it looked back in mild shock. And somewhere in that ordinary grace, I memorized the laughter on your face. I've watched 100 sunsets from this shore, and never wanted any one of them to stay before. But now the light is going, and I'm not ready to go because of something I don't quite know. Last light on the dunes, last light on the bay. Something in me doesn't wanna let go of today. The sea is holding color longer than it should, like it knows that I would stay here if I could. Last light on the dunes, the day is almost done, but you are still here with me under the setting sun. And I don't need a reason, I don't need a sign. This last light on the dunes is yours and mine. Let the violets settle on the water. Let the herons fly home to the west. Let the stars come out above the cypress. Let the river finally come to rest. But let me keep this feeling just a little longer. The way the day grew wide and then grew small. The way a single afternoon in Carmel can make you feel like you've been given all. Last light on the dunes, last light on the bay. Something in me doesn't wanna let go of today. The sea is holding color longer than it should, like it knows that I would stay here if I could. Last light on the dunes, the day is almost done, but you are still here with me. Under the setting sun, and I don't need a reason, I don't need a sign. This last light on the dunes is yours and mine. Last light, the dunes are going dark, but I'll carry this afternoon like a lantern in my heart.
I keep replaying yesterday, the way the tide came in to stay, the way you laughed without a care, the way the wind moved through your hair. I've been in this town before, walked this same familiar shore, but nobody ever made the sea sound like it was meant for me. I've been looking for a reason to stay, something strong enough to hold the day, and now I find it simpler than I thought. It's the sound of everything you've brought. Tell me your name again, slow like the tide. Tell me the story you carry inside. I wanna know the roads you've walked and why, every single star behind your eyes. Tell me your name again, like no one's near, like the Carmel River only we can hear. I've been waiting for a voice to feel like home. Tell me your name again, I don't wanna be alone. We sat beside the river mouth at dusk, the reeds were turning gold to rust. You told me how you came to be this far south along the sea. I listened like it was a song, the kind I'd wanted all along. And when you paused to catch your breath, I held the silence close like something precious kept. I've been looking for a reason to stay, something strong enough to hold the day, and now I find it simpler than I thought. It's the sound of everything you've brought. Tell me your name again, slow like the tide. Tell me the story you carry inside. I wanna know the roads you've walked and why, every single star behind your eyes. Tell me your name again, like no one's near, like the Carmel River only we can hear. I've been waiting for a voice to feel like home. Tell me your name again, I don't wanna be alone. Maybe it's foolish after just one day, maybe the morning tide will wash this feeling away. But the Carmel River doesn't second guess the sea, it just moves toward it naturally. So I'll move toward you the way the river goes, without a map, through whatever the story you carry inside. I wanna know the roads you've walked and why. Every single star behind your eyes. Tell me your name again like no one's near. Like the Carmel River, only we can hear. I've been waiting for a voice to feel like home. Tell me your name again. I don't wanna be alone. Tell me your name just one more time. Tell me your name like it's mine.
The sandbar showing at low tide. Come on and take me for a ride. The pelicans don't mind at all. They've seen this kind of thing before. The fall.
A fall, you mean a trip, a stumble.
Don't make me mumble. Well, in that case, I'll take your hand and we'll go dancing on the sand. No music but the breaking wave.
No stage but
The
this.
sun-warmed cave. No audience but the wheeling birds who've forgotten all our clumsy words. Dancing on the sandbar, laughing at the sea. You are the best thing California ever gave to me. The river's playing rhythm, the tide is keeping time. Dancing on the sandbar, your hand in mine. Oh,
Dancing on the sandbar, we don't need a song.
we've got the Carmel morning and the whole day long. The seals are watching,
Jealous of our mood.
dancing on the sandbar, lost in Carmel's grooves.
You stepped on a kelp and went sideways.
My dignity, it just floats away.
I laughed so hard I hit my knee.
And then you caught me.
Perfectly.
We were soaked up to the shins, and neither one of us cared where this begins.
Or where it ends.
Does it matter?
Not today.
With all this laughter,
No music but the breaking wave.
no stage but there's
The
a
sun-warmed cave.
no audience but the wheeling birds who've forgotten all our clumsy words. Dancing on the sandbar, laughing at the sea. You are the best thing California ever gave to me. The river's playing rhythm, the tide is keeping time. Dancing on the sandbar, your hand in mine. Oh,
Dancing on the sandbar, we don't need a song.
we've got the Carmel morning and the whole day long. The seals are watching,
Jealous of our mood.
dancing on the sandbar, lost in Carmel's grooves.
You spin like a what?
A heron?
You move like a.
Well, a very tall pelican.
I'll take that. You should.
We're not graceful, we're not smooth.
But somehow this is the best we've ever moved.
The sandbar's small, the ocean's wide, but we've got everything right here inside. This one low tide moment, this one warm day.
Carmel.
Don't let it wash away. Dancing on the sandbar, laughing at the sea. You are the best thing California ever gave to me. The river's playing rhythm,
The tide is keeping time.
dancing on the sandbar, your hand in mine. Oh, dancing on the sandbar, we don't need a song.
We've got the Carmel morning.
And the whole day long, the seals are watching,
Jealous of our mood.
dancing on the sandbar, lost in Carmel's grooves. The tide's coming in,
Should we move?
probably.
In.
Salt on your shoulder from the afternoon, a small white trace the sea left like a room. You haven't noticed and I haven't said, I'm keeping it like something to be read. The way you squint against the western light, the way you know the tide by sound at night, the way you name the birds before they land, and trace the river's mouth with your bare hand. These are not the things the songs usually keep. These small and ordinary things run deep, but I have made a library of you in every quiet corner of my view. Salt on your shoulder, sun in your hair, the way you breathe beside me in the salt, thick air. I am building a world out of everything you are, a lighthouse and a river and a far Pacific star. Salt on your shoulder, close to the bone, the way this beach feels different, feels like home, since you've been walking it with me. Salt on your shoulder, you and the sea. You told me once you didn't like goodbyes, that's why you always face the open skies. I understood, I've left more towns than most, but Carmel made me wanna leave the coast, to stay, to slow, to let the river show the way it gives itself up to the flow, to be the kind of person who remains, who meets the morning and who bears the rains. These are not the things the songs usually keep. These small and ordinary things run deep, but I have made a library of you in every quiet corner of my view. Salt on your shoulder, sun in your hair, the way you breathe beside me in the salt, thick air. I am building a world out of everything you are, a lighthouse and a river and a far Pacific star. Salt on your shoulder, close to the bone, the way this beach feels different, feels like home, since you've been walking it with me. Salt on your shoulder, you and the sea. If I could write a letter to the tide, I'd ask it not to take you on its ride. Not yet, not while the summer's in its height, not while the Carmel evenings burn this bright. Give me one more morning, one more dune, one more low-tide sandbar, one more moon, one more walk along the Cypress line, one more shoulder with the salt and mine. Salt on your shoulder, sun in your hair, the way you breathe beside me in the salt, thick air. I am building a world out of everything you are, a lighthouse and a river and a far Pacific star. Salt on your shoulder, close to the bone, the way this beach feels different, feels like home, since you've been walking The Pacific doesn't ask your name. It takes you in and plays its ancient game. It lifts you up and sets you on the shore, and leaves you wondering what you're living for.
But now I know beside this breaking sea, there is no question when you're next to me. The waves have always known what I'd become.
Someone who stays right here when you have come. I've heard the ocean play in many keys, from Baja's heat to Oregon's cold freeze. But standing here with Carmel at our back, this is the only note I've ever lacked.
The one that makes the melody complete, the one that makes the rhythm something sweet.
You are the note I searched for all this time, the Pacific Waltz in perfect rhyme.
1, 2, 3, the wave. 1, 2, 3, the shore. 1, 2, 3, we gave each other something more. The cypress counts the measure,
The river marks the beat,
and we are turning, turning where the salt and sweet air meet. Pacific Waltz, wide open and free. Two hearts moving like the tide between the land and the sea.
the moon is our conductor,
The surf is our floor.
Pacific Waltz.
I never wanna stop dancing anymore. Pacific Waltz, your hand in my hand.
The most beautiful music in all of this land.
From the river to the headland, to the cypress-covered hill.
Pacific Waltz.
And everything is still.
We've shared a dozen sunsets, now it's true, and everyone looked different next to you. The colors seem to ask us to remain, to see if they can do it all again.
And every morning when the fall grows in, I find you at the water's edge, and then we walk together, quiet as the shore, like we've been doing this 1,000 years before.
1, 2, 3, the wave. 1, 2, 3, the shore. 1, 2, 3,
We gave each other something more. The cypress counts the measure,
the river marks the beat,
and we are turning, turning where the salt and sweet air meet. Pacific Waltz, wide open and free. Two hearts moving like the tide between the land and the sea.
the moon is our conductor,
The surf is our floor.
Pacific Waltz.
I never wanna stop dancing anymore. Pacific Waltz, your hand in my hand.
The most beautiful music
In all of this land, from the river to the headland, to the cypress-covered hill.
Pacific Waltz.
And everything is still.
Promise me the river,
Promise me the sea.
promise me the morning.
Promise them to me.
We are not a summer, we are not a tide.
We are something deeper, something long and wide.
We are Carmel River,
Finding open water.
we are everything the ocean ever taught us.
Pacific Waltz, wide open and free. Two hearts moving like the tide between the land and the sea.
The moon is our conductor,
The surf is our floor.
Pacific Waltz.
I never wanna stop dancing anymore. Pacific Waltz, your hand in my hand.
The most beautiful music in all of this land.
From the river to the headland, to the cypress-covered hill.
Pacific Waltz.
And everything is still.
Pacific Waltz.
And everything is still.
the shore. 1, 2, 3, and you.
Used to walk this beach and see the gray, the ordinary ending of the day, the seagulls and the kelp and weathered stone, the silence that comes with being alone. But now I walk the same familiar sand, with the warmth of your hand inside my hand. Everything the light falls on is new. The whole of Carmel painted gold by you. Is this what people mean when they say found? That the world becomes a richer, deeper sound? That colors don't just sit there, they arrive. That this is what it means to be alive. Everything the light touches, I wanna show you. Every stone and cypress tree and morning view, the heron and the river and the tide that rushes. Everything the light touches, I see through you. Everything the light touches becomes a song. Everything I held alone, I never knew to something more than me. Everything the light touches, now I see. You showed me how the river tells the time by the way the egrets line up on the brine. You know the name of every dune and hill, and how to stand against the wind and feel still. I never knew that knowing where you are could feel like coming home beneath the star. Could feel like every road I ever took was just a chapter in the same bright book. Is this what people mean when they say found? That the world becomes a richer, deeper sound? Don't just sit there, they arrive. That this is what it means to be alive. Everything the light touches, I wanna show you. Every stone and cypress tree and morning view, the heron and the river and the tide that rushes. Everything the light touches, I see through you. Everything the light touches becomes a song. Everything I held alone, I never knew belonged to this, to something more than me. Everything the light touches, now I see. Don't tell me seasons change, I know they do. Don't tell me tides go out, I've watched them too. But right here in this moment at the shore, I don't wanna know what comes before. All I want is this, the light on the bay, your voice beside my voice at end of day. The river and the ocean and the hill, and everything the light touches still. Everything the light touches, I wanna show you. Every stone and cypress tree and morning view, the heron and the river and the tide that rushes. Everything the light touches, I see through you. Everything the light touches becomes a song. Everything I held alone, I never knew belonged to this, to something more than me. Everything the light touches, now
might say. The heron stood a little further back, and the river lost its usual track. I watched you on the beach below the hill, the way you stood so quietly, so still. Your eyes were on the water, not on me, and I knew something was running free. You don't have to say a word yet, the morning air already knows. The cypress trees are leaning inward, the way a story goes. When it's starting to close, the tide knows first before we speak, before the voice can find what the heart can't keep. The tide knows first, the way all water does. It pulls back from the shore because it always was gonna leave, gonna go. The tide knows first what we're too afraid to know. The tide knows first. We had our coffee where we always do, but the silence sat a little heavier through. You laughed at something, but the laugh was thin, like a door that didn't quite close in. I poured you more, you thanked me with your eyes, and somewhere in between the thanks and the goodbyes was all the space I didn't know how to cross, all the weight of something not yet lost. You don't have to say a word yet, the morning air already knows. The cypress trees are leaning inward, the way a story goes. When it's starting to close, the tide knows first before we speak, before the voice can find what the heart can't keep. The tide knows first, the way all water does. It pulls back from the shore because it always was going to leave, going to go. The tide knows first what we're too afraid to know. The tide knows first. Carmel River, you've seen this before. 1,000 lovers standing at the shore, not knowing how to say the thing they feel, not knowing if the feeling's going to heal. Tell me how the river handles this, the moment just before the last goodbye kiss. Does it run faster? Does it slow? Or does it just keep moving, letting go? The tide knows first before we speak, before the voice can find what the heart can't keep. The tide knows first, the way all water does. It pulls back from the shore because it always was going to leave, going to go. The tide knows first
its usual gray.
I made the coffee, set your cup beside, and stood there with the whole of me inside. I heard you in the kitchen, soft and slow,
The way you move when you don't wanna go.
I lay there listening to the coastal wind, trying not to think of where we've been.
We've been here before, haven't we? Standing at the edge of something we can't see.
But this time the river feels different at the bend. This time I'm not sure the currents just pretend.
One more morning by the Carmel shore. One more fog-wrapped cypress, one more open door. One more cup of coffee in the breaking light. One more hand to hold before we say goodnight.
One more morning,
Just one more.
before we have to face what we've been heading for.
One more tide, one more silver dawn. One more morning before we're gone.
We walked down to the river like before.
The water low and quiet to the core.
You skipped a stone and watched it disappear,
And neither one of us pretended not to hear. The egrets line the bank in pale white robes.
the way they do when something in them knows.
I reached for your hand, you gave it without talk.
And we finished out the morning's quiet walk. We've been here before, haven't we?
Standing at the edge
Of something we can't see. But this time the river feels different at the bend. This time I'm not sure the currents just pretend. One more morning by the Carmel shore. One more fog-wrapped cypress, one more open door.
one more cup of coffee in the breaking light. One more hand to hold before we say goodnight.
One more morning
Just one more.
before we have to face what we've been heading for.
One more tide, one more silver dawn. One more morning before we're gone.
Don't say it yet, I know. Just let the morning be, I know.
The river doesn't rush the sea.
The fog doesn't rush the light.
Let us have this last slow morning
Before we have to say goodnight.
One more morning by the Carmel shore. One more fog-wrapped cypress, one more open door. One more cup of coffee in the breaking light. One more hand to hold before we say goodnight.
One more morning
Just one more.
before we have to face what we've been heading for.
One more tide, one more silver dawn. One more morning before we're gone. One more morning,
One more.
just one more.
fall came in before the light today.
It wrapped the cypress in its usual gray.
I made the coffee, set your cup beside,
And stood there with a whole of me inside.
I heard you in the kitchen, soft and slow, the way you move when you don't wanna go. I lay there listening to the coastal wind, trying not to think of where we'd been.
We've been here before, haven't we?
Standing at the edge of something we can't see. But this time the river feels different at the bend.
This time I'm not sure the currents just pretend. One more morning by the Carmel shore.
One more fog-wrapped cypress,
One more open door. One more cup of coffee in the breaking light.
one more hand to hold
Hold before we say goodnight. One more morning, just one more,
before we have to face what we've been.
been heading for. One more tide, one more silver dawn, one more morning before we're gone.
We walk down to the river like before.
The water low and quiet to the core.
You skipped a stone and watched it disappear.
Neither one of us pretended not to hear.
The egrets line the bank in pale white roads.
The way they do when something in them knows.
I reached for your hand, you gave it without talk.
And we finished out the morning's quiet walk.
We've been
Here before, haven't we?
standing at the edge of something we
Can't see.
But this
Time the river feels different at the bend.
time I'm not
Sure, the currents just pretend. One more morning by the Carmel shore.
one more fog-wrapped cypress,
One more open door. One more cup of coffee in the breaking light.
one more hand to hold
Before we say goodnight. One more morning, just one more,
before we have to face
what we've been heading for. One more tide, one more silver dawn, one more morning before we're gone.
Don't say it yet,
I know,
just let the morning be.
I know. The river doesn't rush the sea.
The fog doesn't rush the light.
Let us have this last slow morning
Before we have to
say goodnight. One more morning by the Carmel shore.
one more fog-wrapped cypress,
One more open door.
one more cup of coffee
In the breaking light. One more hand to hold before we say goodnight. One more morning, just one more,
took the long way out of Carmel town, through the Cypress road that spirals slowly down, past the place we had our first real talk, past the river path we used to walk. I didn't mean to drive so slow, I didn't mean to let the radio go, but the silence in the car was full of you. And the coast road gave me nothing else to do. There are towns beyond this one, I know. There are other beaches where the rivers go, but I keep checking mirrors for the sea, for one last look at where you changed me. I took the long way around, past every stone where memory is found, past the sandbar and the reeds and the low tide shore, past the place I used to need nothing more. The long way around is all I've got. The short way home erases what the long way taught. And everything I learned on Carmel sand, I'm carrying out with no one's hand. A long way around. I stopped once at the overlook above. The whole of Carmel spread like something loved. The river catching silver in the light, the ocean gray and endless in its right. Stayed there longer than I should have stayed, watching the last of the afternoon train. The sun go down behind the hills out west, and let myself feel everything compressed. There are towns beyond this one, I know. There are other beaches where the rivers go, but I keep checking mirrors for the sea, for one last look at where you changed me. I took the long way around, past every stone where memory is found, past the sandbar and the reeds and the low tide shore, past the place I used to need nothing more. The long way around is all I've got. The short way home erases what the long way taught. And everything I learned on Carmel sand, I'm carrying out with no one's hand. The long way around. Maybe the river knows what I've done yet, but moving on is not the same as forget. That it's just a different view of the same water running somewhere true. I'll find another morning, I suppose, another shore where something good still grows. But Carmel, keep a piece of what I was, the man who danced on sandbars just because. I took the long way around, past every stone where memory is found, past the sandbar and the reeds and the low tide shore, past the place I used to need nothing more. The long way around is a
reeds along the Carmel River bend the way they always blend before the end of every summer, every love each tide that brought someone and then took back inside. They don't lean toward the sea to mourn, they just lean with the wind that they were born into, and they release and they stand tall, and they remember everything and all. I used to think that only people kept the records of the things we loved and wept, but standing here beside this water's edge, I think the reeds have held it all in pledge. What the reeds remember, I'll never know. How many names they've held in the undertow, how many hands that traced the waterline, how many hearts that burned and then went fine. What the reeds remember stays in the pen, a secret that the river keeps to the end. And maybe that's enough to know it's kept, but somewhere in this grass a memory slept. I come here in the evenings now alone, the way the birds return to what they've known, not looking for a sign, not looking back, just standing in the silver golden slack. The egrets fish in shallow amber light, the river gives the last of it tonight, and I just breathe and I just let it be, the way the reeds have always looked at me. I used to think that only people kept the records of the things we loved and wept, but standing here beside this water's edge, I think the reeds have held it all in pledge. What the reeds remember, I'll never know. How many names they've held in the undertow, how many hands that traced the waterline, how many hearts that burned and then went fine. What the reeds remember stays in the bend, a secret that the river keeps to the end. And maybe that's enough to know it's kept, that somewhere in this grass the memory slept. If you ever come back to this shore, if the long road brings you to this door, the reeds will know your name before you speak. They've been keeping it safe in the creek, and I'll be somewhere on this river bank, not waiting on but walking where the light sank. And if the reeds whisper your name to me, I'll just smile and let it run to see. What the reeds remember, I'll never know. How many names they've held in the undertow, how many hands that trace the water line, how many hearts that burned and then went fine. What the reeds remember stays in the bend, a secret that the river keeps to the end. And maybe that's enough to know it's kept, that somewhere in this grass the memory slept. The reeds, they remember everything, they remember The fog came back this morning like it does, wrapped the cypress in its silver gauze, laid itself across the river mouth, and filled the whole of everything with a hush. I've been here 3 weeks since you left the shore, and every morning the fog comes back once more, unhurried, unashamed, without a word, the most faithful thing I've seen or heard. I used to wish the fog would stay away, let the sun have all the morning, all the day. But now I understand what the fog is for. It's the sea's way of returning to the shore. Fog comes back every morning, the way a thought comes back unbidden, the way your name comes back in the quiet, in the space between the sleeping and the risen. Fog comes back every morning to the bay. It doesn't ask permission, it doesn't stop to say. It just comes and it covers everything it knows. Fog comes back every morning, and so it goes. I've started walking earlier than before, out to the river's edge before the shore wakes up, before the pelicans have stirred, before the whole of Carmel says a word. I walk the way darkness low and low, eyes on the water watching how things go, the way the egrets lift without a sound, the way the current holds before it's found. I used to wish the fog would stay away, let the sun have all the morning, all the day. But now I understand what the fog is for. It's the sea's way of returning to the shore. Fog comes back every morning, the way a thought comes back unbidden, the way your name comes back in the quiet, in the space between the sleeping and the risen. Fog comes back every morning to the day. It doesn't ask permission, it doesn't stop to say. It just comes and it covers everything it knows. Fog comes back every morning, and so it goes. I'm not waiting for you in the fog. I wanna be clear about that. I'm just standing in it, the way you stand in what is true, the way the river stands in its own cold, the way the cypress stands in the wind and holds. But the fog doesn't know the difference between the missing and the healed. It covers everything the same, every wound, every field, every woman on a riverbank who once loved someone real. Fog comes back every morning, the way a thought comes back unbidden, the way your name comes back in the quiet, in the space between the sleeping and the risen. Fog comes back every morning to the day. It doesn't ask permission, it doesn't stop to stay. It just comes and it covers everything it knows. Fog comes back every morning, and so it goes. Every morning, fog every morning, and so it goes. And so it goes.
way the light comes down in late December, the way the sandbar shifts when no one's near, all the small dispatches of a year. I've written you the herons in the rain, the way the Cypress road smells after again, the way the fog sits low on Tuesday morns, the way the Carmel tide returns and mourns. But none of them were sent, they're folded in a drawer, full of everything I meant and never said before. Letters I never sent, every word I almost said, every season the river went through without you in my head. Letters I never sent to the only address I know, somewhere past the river's bend, somewhere where the cypress trees still grow. I wrote you everything, I just couldn't let it go. Letters I never sent. I wrote you about the seal we saw that day, the one that looked at us in mild dismay. I wrote you how I laughed about it for a week, how it found the words I couldn't find to speak. I wrote you how the sandbar looked in March, how the winter made the cypress silver harsh, how I went back to the blanket place one time and found the hollow gone, reclaimed by brine. But none of them were sent, they're folded in a drawer, full of everything I meant and never said before. Letters I never sent, every word I almost said, every season the river went through without you in my head. Letters I never sent to the only address I know, somewhere past the river's bend, somewhere where the cypress trees still grow. I wrote you everything, I just couldn't let it go. Letters I never sent. I know you're not waiting for a letter, I know the road you took led somewhere better. I know the river doesn't run upstream, and I know the difference between real and dream. But there's a drawer in my apartment now that holds the whole of Carmel somehow. Every morning, every tide, every stone, every moment that I've carried home alone. And someday I'll burn them, or I'll read them through, or I'll find a river and let them go to you. Let the current take them out past where I stand, let the Pacific have them open hand. Letters I never sent, every word I almost said, every season the river went through without you in my head. Letters I never sent to the only address I know, somewhere past the river's bend, somewhere where the cypress trees still grow. I wrote you everything, I just couldn't let it go. Letters I never sent. Someday the river, open hand. watching how the current reads the stone,
like you always did when you were alone.
There's a version of you in the afternoon light,
laughing at the pelicans taking flight,
pushing the wind back from your face, like you own the whole of that open space.
The river keeps these versions safe for us in the bend where time slows to almost a hush. And if we come back even years from now,
we'll find them there unchanged somehow.
The version of you the river keeps is standing in the shallows, half asleep, skipping stones across the silver seam
that plays between the waking and the dream.
The version of you the river keeps is laughing at the morning, soft and sweet,
and it will be there long after we've moved on. The river keeps what we have given.
On and
on. I go back to the overlook sometimes, where the whole of Carmel breaks in quiet lines, and I swear I see you down along the shore, the way you moved unhurried like before.
I go back to the river in my sleep, to the mornings that were ours to keep, and you're still there beside the cypress tree, still naming every bird with such ease. The river keeps these versions safe for us in the bend where time slows to almost a hush. And if we come back even years from now, we'll find them there unchanged somehow. The version of you the river keeps is standing in the shallows, half asleep, skipping stones across the silver seam
that plays between the waking and the dream.
The version of you the river keeps is laughing at the morning, soft and sweet, and it will be there long after we've moved on.
The river keeps what we have given. On and on.
Do you think we'll come back here one day?
I think part of us never left.
The river didn't take our names away.
The river takes nothing, it only kept.
Then let it keep us both, the laughing and the walking and the oath we never spoke out loud, but always knew that Carmel made me and Carmel made you. The version of you the river keeps is standing in the shallows, half asleep, skipping stones across the silver sea
that plays between the waking and the dream.
The version of me the river keeps is reaching for your hand along the reeds, and it will be there long after we've moved on.
The river keeps what we have given.
On and on.
The river keeps what
we have given. On and on. The version of you the version of keeps everything. In another life we stayed till autumn came, and watched the Carmel hills turn golden flame. We learned the names of all the winter birds, and built a quiet life from simple words. In another life we never had to part. The river ran right through the middle of our heart. We woke to fog and slept to ocean sound. life exists, I felt its pull in every morning here that felt too full, too beautiful to hold in just one pair of hands, too wide for just one set of plans. Carmel in another life. We had the river and the cypress and no strife. We had the morning and the low tide afternoon, and every night we had the Carmel moon. Carmel in another life. We had the driftwood and the salt wind and the light. We had the waltz, the sandbar and the stone. Carmel in another life. We were home. I don't say this to grieve, I say it clear, the way the egrets say it every year, when they return to the same bend in the reeds without apology, just simple needs. I say it like the fog says what it does, without complaint, because it always was. Because some things are true without a plan, and Carmel was the truest thing. I ran toward and through and out the other side, and I am larger for the ride. I know that life exists, I felt its pull in every morning here that felt too full, too beautiful to hold in just one pair of hands, too wide for just one set of plans. Carmel in another life. We had the river and the cypress and no strife. We had the morning and the low tide afternoon, and every night we had the Carmel moon. Carmel in another life. We had the driftwood and the salt wind and the light. We had the waltz, the sandbar and the stone. Carmel in another life. We were home. But in this life I carry what I learned, how to stand still while the river turned, how to name the birds at the break of day, how to let the tide take what it may, how to love a place so much it breaks you, and trust that all the breaking only makes you more like water, clear and moving free, more like Carmel River running to the sea. Carmel in another life. We had the river and the cypress and no strife. We had the morning and the low tide afternoon, and every night we had the Carmel moon. Carmel in this life, yes, even this. I had the waltz, I had the morning kiss, I had the driftwood and the salt wind and the light. Carmel in this life, it was alright. Carmel in this life, it was alright. Another life, but also this one. Also this one. Carmel home.
I've been walking this coast for 1,000 miles, through the seasons and the heartbreak and the trials. And today when the river ran into the sea, I stopped the way I did and just let it be.
I've been reading this tide like a well-worn page, every chapter a different kind of age.
And today when the light came over the hill, I looked up from the years and the world went still. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything safe comes together in one quiet, shining place, where the river finds the sea face to face. We've been here before.
We know this place,
Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free. We were always moving somewhere,
now we know it's true.
where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea,
After all this time, after all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine,
I was always moving toward you.
you were always moving too.
Where the river finds the sea, I find you still. I find you still.
We have danced on sandbars, we have watched them go. We have held the last light longer than we know. We have walked the long way around the bay and come back to this river anyway.
We have written all the letters sent or no. We have stood inside the fog and let it go. We have been the version that the river kept, and woken from the dream in which we slept. There's a place at the edge of the land and the wave, where everything lost and everything saved comes together in one quiet,
Shining place,
where the river finds the sea
face to face.
We've been here before.
We know this place,
Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free. We were always moving somewhere,
now we know it's true.
where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, after all this time, after all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine, I was always moving toward you.
You were always moving too.
Where the river finds the sea,
I find you still.
I find you still. Do you remember the first morning?
The driftwood and the salt.
The silhouette in the amber glow.
I didn't know your name.
I glanced back just once.
I memorized the laughter on your face.
Together, and the river ran the whole time.
It always runs the whole time.
Patient and unhurried and sure, running towards something true. Running toward the sea, running toward you. Where the river finds the sea, that is where we'll be, in the space between the stone and the open water free. We were always moving toward each other,
Now we know it's true.
where the river finds the sea, I found you. Where the river finds the sea, after all this time, after all the fog and farewells and the salt and brine, I was always moving toward you.
You were always moving too.
Where the river finds
The river meets the sea without a